missing. I'm never home, I trip.
So shout out Sports Scene, shout out Adidas, right down to the sneakers.
It's the weekend turnout.
Life is lit. Look at my life, it's lit. Yeah, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit. Look at my life.
Dripping red wine, keep her fed all the time. She start arching.
Shoot them again. Shoot them again.
Take a photo to show up bangani.
It's about to get lit. Hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you,
Anything for the culture, do it all for the culture, do it all for the culture.
Niggas acting like bitches, clout is really that vicious. Niggas want fame and women instead of working on business.
Everything I did was out of love and you know.
Get in the car, push, start the ignition. We on the road, going on to.
My favorite part about making music is like, you remember like when you were a kid and you were drawing? Okay, my drawings were like very whack. Like very, very whack. So for me it's like, my favorite part about music is like I'm correcting all my mistakes as a kid. Like getting to see something that is in your head and you see it like come to fruition. It's the craziest part for me. Like I remember like making a song like Shoot Them Again. I explained to everyone in Gamu Studio, I'm like, yo, so this song, the way I'm structuring it, this is gonna be the catchy part and this is what's gonna happen, and every girl, I'm gonna tell every girl in the crowd, if you like pretty, take your flashes out, and if you're feeling pretty, that's like pedantics, you know what I mean? But like in Limpopo, I just saw like 20,000 crowd with their flashes out. So for me, that's my favorite part, it's like being able to visualize it before it happens.
When I'm able to write, I know that I'm not trying to be lazy anymore, and I've done what I've needed to do to rest so I can get back into it. Debut album concept called Life and Times of a Teenage Influence HD, which is supposed to be the EP that I dropped last year, turning into an album. That album, it didn't really feel like an album, and I was like, okay, it's too early to do that. So I decided to make it a tape, but I didn't know what to call it at the time. When people like Mac Miller and X started dying, like I decided that I needed to put out a project that was going to be worth being coined as my last.
Rapping in vernac for me wasn't always the idea. Like I said, I started with a full-on EP that was in English. And then I was asking myself, what is going to set me apart from everyone else? Because everyone that I was in the circle of was doing boom bap, they were doing underground, So I thought of Spaza rap, and I asked myself, okay, what are you gonna do? What's gonna cause the attention? What's gonna be like, oh my God, she's doing this? And I thought, what happened to Spaza? Like Spaza used to be that deep Koala punchline, very much punchline, but it was so raw. It was like fully on Koala, and we had so many cuts, and it was so confusing. But it had storytelling hard, like hardcore storytelling. So I asked myself, since I'm doing trap, how am I gonna make it relevant in this generation?
I believe like my music is more of a vibe. Like I make music to make people happy, to put them in a vibe. I know this is gonna sound corny, but I think anybody who makes music wants to be the best at one point in their career. So yeah, that's why I see my music on, like being the best.
Don't like me, fuck you, I don't got one.
Bloodsport was actually one, it was me and my friend's idea in high school. We were watching a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, titled Bloodsport. And if you look at Bloodsport, I see my whole life as a Bloodsport, because I see Bloodsport as not letting anyone else, like in life it's about me and where I'm going, and if you're in my way, I'm not gonna let you stand there. I have to move you out the way so I can continue with my path. And for me, that's how most people live today, and that's how I came up with Bloodsport as an idea project.
When it comes to music, I'm inspired by things people say, I'm inspired by things they do, I'm inspired by the way things taste or smell, basically like everything, you know, because music is everything. Like I feel like I'm music, you're music, we're all music, you know. That's where my creativity stems from. So I do have 2 EPs out. I have one on SoundCloud. That was my first one, that was my little baby. It's called Mentality EP. And then I do have my debut EP out. We dropped that last year, called Revenge Season. I feel like Revenge Season was also kind of like experimental. It's kind of like coming out of like a shell. So I feel like Revenge Season is my favorite EP because like it's the most recent one.
Most of my music is, you know, about my personal experiences, and very explicitly so. I think, yeah, it's gotten me in trouble a few times, but you know what I mean? I feel like it has to be, you know, your music has to be organic, it has to be real. And I think if it is, you know, a raw expression of self, like the listeners really feel that, and it builds like such a beautiful, you know, foundation of connectivity between you and your listeners. So it was worth all the, you know, drama and everything. But yeah, I'm really grateful for, you know, being able to express my truth in the way that I do. It's just super empowering to do that. But I think it's also, you know, not only my experiences, but also the experiences of others that I've observed, like in my family home, in my friendship circles, you know, just like watching people and like watching how we react to things, and sometimes how like irrational we are, you know, when we react to things. And yeah, we are deeply emotional creatures, and I think it's beautiful to celebrate that through art. So yeah.
I like to think my music is sort of relatable to like the average Joe, basically. I'm just a regular dude, so I would want regular people to mess with my music. And yeah, people would say that I'm a conscious rapper because that's how I sort of started out, but I'm trying to sort of venture away from that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be put in a box.
But look, I already know you niggas acting like bitches.
And we chilling with Sports Scene, catching vibes with Sports Scene. So shout out Sports Scene, shout out Adidas, right down to the sneakers. Big drip coming at you like Jeepers Creepers. Knock knock, who's there? Young kid from the Leaf Village. Please listen, I'm the type of guy that still has a boombox. Don't throw shots, but the goons never miss when they bomb a clock. Make your face look like Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. Slap. Get in the car, push, start the ignition. My top 5. This is my top 5 in no particular order. No hate, no disrespect. This is just what I listen to. All right. First of all, Zushi Cook Dope, all-time favorite. Patrick Lee, Shane Eagle, Nasty C, and me, bro.
I'm an artist that listens to a lot of music and different genres. So like I'll listen to Tracy Chapman, I'll listen to Thugger, I'll listen to Roddy Ricch, I'll listen to Yvonne Chaka Chaka. And what happens is I've got 2 categories within myself where I make high energy music, so like bangers, and then I've got a side of me that's melodic. So you could say uplifting and healing type music. You know what I'm saying? I float like Mike. I don't need. With regards to seeing me more and what people can expect, they can expect being truly and deeply entertained, you know, experiencing something that like some people haven't experienced, some people still yet to experience, but I'm just trying to bring something new to the game. I'm trying to bring something new to Sonics. So like when you're listening to music like South African hip hop, I'm just trying to push the envelope with regards to sound and performances. And I'm sure like that was evident with what I did at Confest. So yeah, like it's all about impact really.
I look up to Benchmark, which is K&J. They like crazy. Every time I'm at the studio with them, I always learn something new. Don Mons is crazy. He's my homie too, like, and he does music. We're working on a little joint tape. Oh yeah, Benchmark too. We just finished a little tape with them. It's gonna drop late this month, I think, for sure, I hope, but it's done. And Zucci, Flame, Mello, he's in the studio. That's my dog, right? Those are my dogs right there, like, damn, yeah. I look up to them. I spend all my time with them, so it's like, whenever we not chilling, it's music all the time. So when we doing music, it's just great, because we are homies and we kind of like kept the same mentality.
I believe that Cape Town houses a lot of talent that the world hasn't seen it, and I believe that talent needs to be shown to the world, and for that reason, I push the vision and I believe in it 100%. I found my inspiration usually from just listening to different types of music, so whether it be classic, hip-hop, acoustic especially, I like rock and R&B, and just trying different styles and practicing them all the time. I believe in music with a message, meaningful music with substance.
He missing. I'm never home, I trip. Smoking on tangerine. That's what I came up with.